Personally, I think we got so much talent on this team that if we didn't win, I think it'd be the coach's fault.
The senior season, to me, was always the one that's your culmination of your Warrior career, right? And so you want it to be special.
I think that it's a great story, team-wise, to look back and see how we all operated, how we all came through to win games.
It takes a special boy to play this game. It really does. You have to have the desire, you have to have the heart. Most boys can't do it.
Got my stretchy pants on today.
Sense of humor, and just characters. Always know when to work hard and when to goof off.
What differentiates football from the other sports that the kids play is the commitment. It's a different kind of young man that plays this game.
They came together, they stuck together, through the broken bones, through the blood.
They're trying to reach out and become men, and I think they are doing a great job.
You know, you don't really know the team you have until you get into a real game situation. And so we're at Camarillo. They've been the nemesis for us for 5 years. We've had kids injured. Nick got injured there. Chris got injured. I mean, you go down the list through the years, we've had so many bad things happen to us on that field. And to start our senior season in week 1 at Camarillo was always a little nerve-wracking for us.
Well, it was a challenging game because we knew that they were a good team, and we did have a lot of new personnel on the team this year.
And when we walked on the field, and from the first play where we really looked like a dominant physical team, I knew we had something really, really special.
I think our expectations were always very high. I mean, I think everyone's expectations of us was always very high.
I didn't really feel worried or concerned about the outcome of the game because the way we had practiced prior to that, and again, the team building, the bond that the boys were building amongst themselves throughout the summer practices. So
you saw a little glimpse of it when you were in the jamborees. You could tell maybe we're special, maybe we're not. I can't really tell because we can't put it together for a whole game. But when you got to the first real game and it became game speed, and it was all about, okay, now we're either going to walk out of here a winner or a loser. The boys took over, and they took over every single play, and we just marched right down the field. And so at that point, I really started to feel like in that first game that we were a special team.
We were the high mark. We were if we beat them, that's our season. Every team that faced us was their personal Super Bowl. The first time we played Oxnard, we were already down a few players, and during the progress of the game, we did lose a few more. You know, but we were still dominating that game. We were winning that game. We were winning the battles in the first half.
The boys knew early on that they could have got this team from the very beginning, but the fact that we went in down 3 players and lost 4 additional players during that half of the game, while they took the loss in a difficult manner, they never lost their confidence.
The worst thing that can happen to a team is go undefeated, because the team needs to be challenged in some form or fashion, whether it's injuries, a loss, or whatever it is. That's the thing that separates a great team from a really good team, and it's how the team reacts to that adversity.
You learn things from losing, you learn a little bit about yourself, and there were some boys, you know, that stuck through that game, and we were down to 14 or 15 kids at the end of that game, and they never gave up.
Kind of a test to us to see how we had bonded together as a team, and I knew that we were going to be a different team in the second game.
They really came together as a team. I know our mission was one team, one mission, and I think the boys did a good job of following what our slogan was for the year. They did an exceptional job that way.
I think it's that challenge and the adversity that brings the team together.
This year, joining the Warriors for the first time, being a new family, it was actually very special.
A team is not just about the 23 boys, it's about the 23 families that are together. You know, how often do you spend 5 months a year with 23 other families 4 days a week at a minimum, and some of that 6 days a week?
One of the best things about this team outside of football has been the families. And one of the things that I have always preached to people about our team is that we have the best families that can come together. That is one of the most special things about this team, is how the families really are one giant family. The one team, one mission, I think also meant families, one team, one mission. So the families were one of the biggest assets and one of the most inspirational things about this team.
They always wanted to get good kids on the team, but they also wanted good families. And I can say we had great families on this team, very supportive.
It's truly bittersweet. I spend 5 months a year with these boys, and I have for some of them for 6 years, and even the ones that just came this year, they're all really special to me. And I think about not, you know, sitting in my office at 3 o'clock in the afternoon thinking, oh man, I can't wait to get to practice.
Oh, I'm definitely going to miss this experience. I really got out of football from the time that I stopped playing with the Broncos until last year with the Warrior program.
My last year, they'll be able to ever probably coach my own son personally again. And so it was just a special year to spend a lot of time with him.
I love standing in the huddle joking with them. They crack me up every single day. They are a funny group of kids. They have great personalities. And that personal interaction with them every day will be the thing I miss the most.
It was a privilege, and I'm not just saying that. It was a privilege to coach these guys. Really enjoyed it, and I hope I steered them in the right way to prepare them for high school football and for life in itself.
They're becoming young men.
When I walk in your bedroom, the memories that I keep are bedtime stories, rocking you to sleep. And as I held you, you drift off to dream. And I know it might sound crazy now that you are gone. Yesterday still feels like the day we brought you home. And I remember how I learned how to hold you when you cried. Learned how to let you be strong. Learned how to calm you in the dark. Learned how to listen with my heart. Learned how to watch you grow.
If I could tell each boy something about going forward, first of all, I think they should always cherish and remember this experience, because as you get older, you don't have these opportunities. These opportunities will go away, and so it's a very special opportunity to go to the Super Bowl, to win a Super Bowl, and to have that friendship.
I think this is an important time in their life where they're picking up on a lot of things. Something's good, something's not so good. I think what they need to understand is to be true to themselves, to do what they really want to do in life. This is a stepping stone. This is just one step toward that ultimate goal.
I would just keep telling the boys to do what they're doing. They were put on this team because they are special. As long as they stick with their studies, keep doing what they're doing, they all got it made. If they just keep on the same track, they'll all be successful, each and every one of them.
The message for me to the boys is, and the game of football can be transitioned into life itself. Life can be tough, but I think because they have this foundation of not just being tough physically, but mentally, I feel that they should remember that through life. If they can recall back to a time when they were 13 years old, that they got through tough times, and they'll be okay.
Cherish the time they had with their teammates. Enjoy that with coaches as well, because all sporting experiences might not be as positive as this season was.
Remember, school always comes first. While this is a simple game and it's enjoyable, you got to focus on your future and what's going to make you good adults. School has to come first. This team has been about character building, about building young men. So besides the actual action on the field, boys, you just have to continue to do what all the coaches have been telling you is be a good young man. Focus on education, focus on family, and focus on character.
It's every play, it's every moment. You always give your all. At the end of the day, you want to look in a mirror and you want to say, I did everything that I could. And whether it's you're doing your homework or your job or playing football, you always want to look back and go, you know, did I give it my all?
If they believe in themselves, what they can get done is endless possibilities, right? I mean, there is no end to how successful they can or can't be. If they really want to play football for their career or their lifelong endeavor, if they put their mind to it, every single one of these boys can get there in some form or fashion. And it's about believing in yourself, believing in your team, and then committing the work required to actually get there. Every day is a new opportunity to get better, and it doesn't matter what it is in life. And so are you taking today to get better? And that's what I ask the boys at practice all the time. And so hopefully next year their coach is telling them they got to get better every day.